Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everyone. It is the 29th of January, 2021, 7:23 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. I want to go over cryptocurrencies. Just got done writing an article over cryptos and talking about the spike that we've had here in the cryptocurrency market. Elon Musk recently changed his Twitter bio to hashtag Bitcoin, and that has caused a pretty significant run-up. Just check out that article later on today. But then that begs the question of what happens with our crypto markets. Yesterday was a pretty nice run for Bitcoin, good close, and then we look at today. It's early morning still for the New York side, and the volume is greater than yesterday's. Price is up over 10% on Bitcoin. So is this the pullback we were looking for, and does it continue moving up? This could have completed, structurally, this could have completed the pullback, and we could see that resumption. However, when you get these news kind of things like Elon Musk tweets, and really anything kind of related to noise, there's often a mean reversion. And so I'm very wary of any continuation move higher here. But we do need to look at both sides of the market. On the conservative side for the short, probably waiting until there is a clear close below the daily Tenkan-sen again. So I need to see a close below 33K. That's what I would be looking for. Some type of short after there's a daily close. Below 33K. Otherwise, if this is an honest move and we continue higher, I really want to see what happens over the next week, over the weekend here and into Monday, and see if it sustains. Otherwise, I'm holding off on adding to any longs on Bitcoin right there. Ethereum, a little bit more muted response, but nonetheless, it's continuing to trudge along higher here. It's very tight, constricted range. Actually, the range has been pretty expansive, but the top part here has been pretty taut. And be aware of that here. I mean, and again, on the weekly charts, there's a lot of things that are just really on the overdone side of things. So we just got to be very careful about that. But saying that, there is a good case for prices to keep moving higher here. The lagging span is an open space. There is relatively little to no resistance up ahead. If I want to take a look at the other time frames here. The 3-week chart on the top left, that is very overdone. The weekly chart up above, that's into La La Land territory. We still have that cross down event there. I'm very wary of a resumption higher given the extended conditions in price, not just but the length of time it has been in this run, and the conditions of the oscillators, specifically the RSI and the composite index. There's just a lot of warning signs here that I think it looks like it's going to trap a lot of longs across the board. I will actually have short orders, sell stops below 1200 even, where this volume point of control is. That coincides with the daily Kijun-sen, so I think that'd be a good zone to look at. There's just a for Ethereum. There's just a massive gap on both the weekly and the 3-week chart between the weekly candlestick and the 3-week candlestick, both of their respective candlesticks, and the blue line, the Tenkan-sen. There's a really big gap, and that is not something that sticks around very, very long. You can have extended gaps away from the Kijun-sen, but extended gaps from the Tenkan-sen, those don't last very long, and there's often a pretty fast return to those levels. Taking a look at Litecoin, it's had a nice little bounce as well, but if we take a look here, gonna get all of this stuff back here. Taking a look at Litecoin, it's in the cloud on the 3-week chart. That is not a very good sign. It's just a sign of indecision and congestion. Taking a look at the weekly chart, we have wicked off of the Kijun-sen and the Tenkan-sen, and we're really trading in the same range we were at the close from 2 weeks ago, the week of January 11th. The 3-week chart looks weak. Looks like it could continue south. The weekly is very indecisive, but the daily, this is the tricky one. Now, Litecoin could surprise us, and out of the 3 we've looked at so far, Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum, if something transitions long, I'm more convinced that there'd be a sustained move for Litecoin as opposed to Bitcoin and Ethereum. And the reasons is because there's a very clear, and actually this pattern exists on the other two as well, but the difference is that Litecoin, out of the 3, I consider Litecoin one of the big 3, and I know Litecoin isn't one of the big popular cryptocurrencies anymore, but on Coinbase and how a lot of some institutions have created indexes of cryptocurrencies, Litecoin still makes up a bulk of that. For whatever reason, that is just the case. But there's a nice bull flag on Litecoin's chart, and the current daily looks like we've broken out above that. But we're still below the Kijun-sen on the daily chart, which is really flat. Okay, it's a very flat Kijun-sen, and that makes me a little nervous. But if we do trade higher, if we get a close above the daily Kijun-sen, that's not the trigger I'm looking for to go long. I'm waiting for the lagging span to get into open space. Basically, I'm waiting for the lagging span to close above the candles, and at this point, that means it needs to close above 186. And that's to take the long setup. The short side of this is going to be a fairly simple one. That's if it returns back down to 115.19. Either way, though, I'm really more watching this one to see what kind of things appear for us, but otherwise, just keeping my eye on it. Zipping on over to some of our other pairs. Stellar Lumens has grown quite a bit in market value. According to its market capitalization has grown quite a bit, but we're seeing it flatline here. I don't see a lot of opportunity in here. NEXO, it's really paused ever since the NEXO corporate folks came out and said that their buyback program ended, that they did a lot of purchases between 17 cents and 46 cents, I think. So this is trading in a fair value area. They have said that they're going to do more buybacks again in the future, but NEXO's token continues to hold and sustain here. It's certainly had less of a whipsaw compared to some other instruments, so this consistency here is good for a token like that. And then Cardano likewise having a breakout here pretty soon. Now, Goggen's going to be released here fairly soon, so the smart contracts for Cardano are close to being realized, and that could cause a huge spike because basically that renders Cardano's network is then more sophisticated, advanced than Ethereum's. It tackles the issue of scalability a whole lot easier, and it's interoperable with other blockchains. So that's going to be a big deal. So Cardano's one where I'm looking at from an investment standpoint as opposed to just a trading standpoint, where Cardano has a lot of upside potential, and the technicals here are setting up for two things: either continuation move higher, which would be a really nice breakout probably towards that $1 range, or we're just forming the right shoulder by head and shoulder pattern, and then we revisit the 15, 16, 17 cent range. But otherwise, that's it on our cryptocurrencies going into the weekend. Just keep an eye out on these markets. You guys have a good rest of your day. Have a great weekend. Thank you for watching. And from all of us here at Exchange Rates UK TV, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.